I'm Caleb Jones. This is Alpha Male 2.0, freedom-focused lifestyle design for men. There seems to be a little confusion regarding my overall message, my overall messaging, which I always assume is my fault because it's my job to make sure I convey these things so that people can understand. But it sounds like that my message is, you need to do this. If you don't do this, instead you do this, then you're a fucking idiot. That is actually not my message. It may sound like that's my message. Matter of fact, it may sound like that often. And it is very similar to my message. It's very close. It's not too far off. But that actually isn't my message. My message is actually slightly different. My message is, if this is the result that you want, long-term masculine happiness via a freedom-focused lifestyle, a long-term lifestyle where you have financial freedom, where you can have location-independent income wherever you are in the world that doesn't take too long to produce, that's a decent amount of money to make you happy, and sexual freedom, so you can have mutually consensual sex with any woman you want for as long as you want, even when you get older, even after you get married, even when you have kids, etc., so forth. That's what I've got. Right? I just described my own life. I make multiple six figures, completely location independent, that comes in no matter where I am, even if I'm stuck at home during COVID, right? It only takes me about 15 hours a week to maintain that income, and it's something that I can do whenever I choose. So I am financially free. I am also sexually free. I am married. I have children. I can have mutually consensual sex with any women I want, whenever I want, and I do every week. I'm free. If that's the lifestyle you want, and you do this instead of this, then yes, you're fucking stupid. Now, if this is not the lifestyle you want, if you want something that looks different than this, then my message is, and I've said this many times, don't listen to me. You shouldn't even consume my content at all. If you want something completely different, and if you are, I don't know, if you're an extreme beta male, and you just want to get a job and get a good corporate job and hope you don't get laid off during coronavirus, and you just want to get a girlfriend who's nice to you, and that's it, a monogamous traditional girlfriend, and that's all you want, oh, I'm good. Well, then fuck, dude. You don't apply to anything I talk about. Alpha Male 2.0, as I've said many times, is only for approximately 5% of men or so. 5 to 10% on the very outside. So if that's you, if what I just described is you, you're in that 95% that doesn't apply. So you don't need to read any of my content, watch any of my videos, buy any of my courses, buy any of my books. You don't need to. You don't matter. At least not to this content. You're following a different path, which is fine. If you're one of these hardcore, angry Alpha Male 1.0 guys who has, huge jealousy problems and huge anger problems, like clinical jealousy problems. I don't mean you're the typical guy that gets jealous. I mean, you have clinical, insane jealousy problems, and you can't do a non-monogamous relationship. And you just want to get a girlfriend or a wife and then argue with her all the fucking time when she doesn't do what you want. And then you cheat on her behind her back so she doesn't find out, right? And then you get caught, because that's what Alpha Male 1.0s do. They always get caught when they cheat. And then you have an explosion, you fight again. If that's what you want, you don't need to follow any of my advice. You should actually ignore most of my advice, because my advice is going to piss you off. My advice is just for the guys who want to be long-term happy. So, if you want the Alpha 2.0 lifestyle, the one I described, the one I have, the one that thousands of men all over the world have, if you want that lifestyle, and you say, well, I'll just get a job, I'm okay, you're a fucking moron. Now you're a moron. If you're a beta and all you want is a job, that's fine. You're following a different path. But if you want Alpha 2.0, and you do something like get a monogamous girlfriend, or don't have sex for 8 months, or have de facto monogamous sex where you have a few women, but they all fall off and now you have one left and you realize you've only had sex with one woman for 6 months. You do those kind of things, yes, you're a fucking moron, because you're doing the opposite of what will create that result. That's as simple as it gets. So it's not about, I think you're wrong. It's about whether or not your actions are conducive to the results that you want in your life. If they are, good. Even if I disagree with the life that you want. Maybe you're a hardcore Christian, Jordan Peterson worshiper, and you're like, oh, happiness is stupid. Life isn't about happiness. It's about toil and fighting and sacrifice and having children and voting for Republicans. That's what life's about, goddammit. Great, I have no problem with that. You're not in the Alpha 2.0 model set. I'm not sure why you're here watching my videos. It'll just piss you off. That's fine. But if you're not, if you're an Alpha 2, if Alpha 2.0 is something you want, then yes, you have to follow these models. And if you don't follow these models, I'm going to call you a fucking moron, because you are.